Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Crits and Cantrips is 25 episodes old. We're here playing a little bit of the Sky King's Tomb adventure path. This adventure is called Beneath the Five Kings. We're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I'm here with my pals, Lorna, Justin, Sarah, Austin, and Dylan. Eventually, Josh will be here. My name's Brendan. Like I said, we're going to play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition for you here tonight. Our heroes have embarked on a quest down into the mountains to recover a lost dagger, a clan dagger, that once belonged to the first High King of the Dwarves. At the end of the last session, they teamed up with a mimic to battle a band of troglodytes. A mimic pretending to be a god to battle a band of troglodytes, a band of Zolgaths that had kind of like taken over part of this cave to recover the last piece of the dagger that they've been looking for. So now they've gotten the dagger and the gemstone that once sat in its pommel. But unfortunately, there are still a large number of troglodytes perhaps to be dealt with.
Nice.
But yeah, that was kind of how our session left off last week. How's everybody doing tonight? Excited to play some Pathfinder?
Heck
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Special teams.
Oh man, good stuff. Yeah, no.
Right.
Um,
We hit on a banter topic a minute ago, but what was it? What were we talking about before we started?
malpractice, WCAG AAA standards.
What's your favorite malpractice suit that you've been a part of? No,
X-ray machines, devils.
What was it? We were talking about something else.
Food. No.
I offered up
Little Debbie,
comedians.
favorite Little Debbie.
Favorite snack to bring to a session.
What is your favorite snack? So back in the good old days, people might not remember this, but we used to play these games in person at a table. And some people here would probably still prefer to play it that way to this day.
But can't say I ever have.
That's
not so true. I have.
We used to bring some pretty good snacks. What's everybody's favorite snack to have while playing games?
I'll start off. Say a good old-fashioned Busch Light.
That sounds about right.
Yummy.
A Busch latte.
When I go to people's
latte.
houses at this point, like I never think about cooking things beforehand, so I usually stop by and just get like one of those boxes of the sugar cookies and bring those, or a vegetable tray, which are two really boring snacks to bring to a session. But I've played like 2 or 3 sessions in person of random one-off games, so I can't say I have a long history of.
Have we even played any in person? Have you played any with us in person?
Justin, we went over to Justin's and played for his bachelor party.
Yeah.
That's true. We had some good snacks there too.
I guess I'm thinking more board games in person, but I mean, essentially, you'd bring like the same kinds of snacks, which I've done many times. So
I would say it would be the same.
Yeah. So yeah, it's probably more like Samuel Adams and cookies. So
there you go. I feel like I usually stick to the tried and true, like Little Debbie's, but there's also Oreos, very common snack. It's brought to sessions. We used to bring Bugles, some kind of extremely salty chips for everyone to have. I like homemade brownies and stuff too, but that's only if the GM is being really nice to me.
I guess it's probably been a while since you haven't been the GM, so
a long time. So.
For me.
I think I usually go for like 3 to 4 bags of chips because I always like kind of a saltier snack.
Like the variety?
Yeah, like I'll get like 2 or 3 different types. Like I'll get a plain and a Doritos and
just
something.
4 bags
something
of nacho cheese Doritos.
Hey,
it seems like
that would still be pretty good.
Charcuterie boards too. If we want to get real fancy with it, you know.
Well, and that's if I'm gonna go like all out, then it'll be something like I'll bring pulled pork or something like that.
Whoa.
The barbecue.
If I'm going fancy.
I'm the one to bring the prosciutto rolls.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're a fuck.
when Josh and I first started dating, I was not part of this campaign, but I went and watched and or actually I got to play because one of the people were missing, and so I got to fill in for their character. But we were playing D&D, and they had at Dylan's in the weird little trail mix aisle where they have the wasabi peas and the nuts and the but they're in those weird nondescript clear plastic clamshell cases. They had these chili lime dried mango slices.
Mm-hmm.
Chili lime dried mango slices.
It's like
That's
dried
an
mango.
interesting combination.
It's like chili lime, salty, sweet, spicy seasoning that it's rolled in. They're so good. Those are good, but white cheddar Cheez-Its
That's
are my
good. That's pretty good.
It's peak,
especially because I don't feel like I have them very often. So when I do, it's my salty treat.
They're my road trip snack. I always buy a box of Cheez-Its for a road trip.
Smart.
My current culinary treat is honey roasted cashews.
Yep.
Josh loves them.
Yeah.
No, it's good stuff.
Spectacular.
I'm a big fan of nuts. Any form I can get them. Which is not very many forms.
Oh man.
Brendan, do you, like your namesake, enjoy almonds?
Yeah, Almond Joy's got nuts.
Yes. Well, Brendan Lee Mulligan, another famous DM, also enjoys almonds a great deal during gaming
Brendan
sessions.
dies if he eats nuts. He's allergic to all nuts.
Well, no, and
so
that's
you're like
Brennan.
And you're right, that is Brendan.
Yep.
Brendan.
Close enough.
See, I'm half.
I do think Brendan would like an amaretto sour if you could have one.
What about a pisco sour?
Who doesn't like an amaretto sour except those who are allergic?
That's true.
That's it.
Sarah, what's your favorite snack?
I love food.
Sure. What did you get? What did we get on our road trip? That's what I was trying to remember. A road trip down to Alabama. I don't remember what.
Sour Patch Kids.
Oh yeah, you guys did fuck.
I made coffee in that gas station locker room area.
Coffee is your go-to snack. That's it.
Coffee is your go-to snack. That's true.
Oh, those chocolate-covered coffee nuts.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
yeah.
Espresso beans.
Yeah, those.
Chocolate-covered coffee nuts.
Those are so good.
Some cacao nibs. Terry loves his nibs.
I'm gonna clip that screen that you just did, by the way, there, Sarah. That was really good. Oh yeah!
They are that good.
That's awesome.
When Laura talks about trail mix, Target has one that I swear 50% of it is just chocolate covered espresso beans, and it is euphoric.
Target's trail mix is actually basically candy salad.
Yeah, it's literally candy with maybe 3 whole nuts crushed up in there. For the rest,
just enough to keep Brendan away.
It's true. The trail mix is all you, dear.
Well, good stuff. Now that we're in, everybody brought their treat, right?
That's right.
That's how you make it an excellent session.
Mm-hmm.
Audience, make sure you guys catch a little treat before we start.
If you guys need our address so I can give it to you, you can start sending them straight to the house.
I'll pull it up. I got everyone's address saved. We're good.
Yeah, they just doxed me on. We are recording these now, so we should probably.
Yeah, for 25 episodes.
It's true.
That's a lot of content.
There's a lot of content. I'm hoping we make it big any day now. 10,000 people flood this channel.
I think it's going to be our what is Australia episode is going to be the big one.
Yeah, it's going to be most popular.
Everyone loves a good sky
Imagine
dragon.
if we could get Robert Irwin in on this.
I mean, it's a random ask. But
What the
maybe.
fuck?
Australia.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Lord Nix. He's big in our hearts. But, yeah.
Oh my god, it's
just
Lord
get...
Nix. I've read that as Lordney X this entire time.
Yeah, it's Lorna's alter ego this entire time.
I did.
No, it's Charles.
I know it's Charles, but I've always read it as Lordney.
Lord
Lord
DX.
me.
Charles,
Lord
Charles,
DX.
don't let this fool speak on us. We know who you are.
I
We know
know
who
who he is. Oh, I get that. I thought it was Lorna at first when he first started joining, but definitely read it
No,
as
Lorna's
Lordney.
right there.
And you're right there, but you're also in the chat talking to your
Oh,
brother.
weird. That's true.
All right.
Well,
It's funny that our
Pathfinder.
squares are not set up the same because you just pointed at Austin several times.
I think it's reversed. I think Austin's like screen share. I think it's reversed.
Oh, you're
Oh.
watching on the stream.
Yeah, I was trying to watch it on the stream, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like when on my screen, to the left of me is Lorna, but it definitely looks like Austin over there.
Oh, you went away. Come back.
No, I'm putting in Lorna now.
Bastard.
See, she's writing some
We
notes.
could have done what's the Jesus picture or whatever, where they like touch Michelangelo.
Yeah. What's the Jesus picture? If anybody knows the name of
The
the
ceiling of the Sistine
if anybody knows what the
No.
name of the image the Sistine Chapel is, let us know.
Yeah, where is
Hey,
Jesus on?
Jesus is there.
It's some religious thing.
If Jesus isn't there, then he's not anywhere.
I think
It's
it's
okay.
Adam. It's not Jesus. It's
Sarah.
God is Adam.
Jesus is with us always. He is everywhere.
I like
Even
the
when there was
ASMR
only one
component of that.
footprint in the sand.
Exactly.
That's right. Even when there's like one set of prints in the same. Well, it's okay. Austin's a heathen, so he doesn't have to.
Amen.
True.
He doesn't have to know about these kind of things.
I also have free will.
I have a question for the group.
Oh
Maybe.
God.
When
Uh-oh.
you hear the phrase
Second banner topic.
"plum tired,"
Plum tired.
how would you spell plum?
I would actually.
P-L-U-M. I
That's-
would say P-L-U-M.
That's what I would say too, but I'd also, if I was going to write it out, I'd realize that I don't know if that's the right way to say it, so I would write in a different way so I didn't have to write out that word. I do that fairly often. If I can't figure out how to spell something, I just use a synonym.
Yup.
Nicholas adds a B.
P-L-U-M?
Yeah.
Is it an actual word? I didn't even think it was a real word.
Yeah, I think it would be plum as in with a
Dumb?
B.
Nah.
Yeah.
It definitely is, but I realized when I read it for the first time, I was like, oh, like I would have thought P-L-U-M without like if I had not been prompted that way.
Plum tired, like a fruit, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but the word plum
No, it doesn't.
exists.
What does plum means?
tired
Something
also
is.
doesn't make very
is-
much sense, does it?
I was gonna say it's
Plum? Well,
apparently
exactly
means,
in
like,
that
barely.
place.
Apparently,
Means-
like plum means like a lot.
It just,
Synonyms
it's a
are
word.
exactly precisely bang, slap. What? Exactly or precisely? It's like
Yeah, there was some article I was reading earlier that's just like a lot of people use the word plumb with a B to just mean a lot of something. They're just like,
Lorna, I mainly
plum.
was trying to tie it to the like plums dictionary.
plum is
Well,
a
what
colloquial
about a plumb bob?
intensifier that means
Like
exactly,
your plum
completely,
formulary,
no
I'm just
argument.
Yeah.
plum tired.
I was like, how does that make sense? And Brendan like spelled the word. I'm like, I mean, there's a lot of words. There's lots of drugs in that book. That's what. But, anyways,
I didn't come here
Nicholas,
for English class.
you
Nicholas,
came here for the content.
retweet. I knew I was gonna be
Never
wrong.
Back down, never what? Okay. Anyways, all sayings aside, yeah. So
All of
you
them?
were in the middle of this cave, battling to the death against a basilisk and a Zolgath shaman. She was defeated, and then shortly thereafter, the basilisk was killed by Elnat, but not before your mimic friend turned to stone. So there's this moment of silence right as Elnat like delivers the final blow, and you have this whole crowd of troglodytes or Zolgaths, whatever you want to call them, these very stinky lizard folk, kind of sitting there watching you all, kind of expectantly. You've just killed their leader and their pet.
Did you give him a stone icon too? Did you change
doesn't
the
like stone
icon to
now.
be stone?
Yeah.
I noticed because I couldn't shift click over him. That is cool.
Nice.
It's like, why isn't it working? It's like, oh wait, he's stone now. Sick.
Oh, I guess I could get some music up. in
I got
here
it.
too. Huh?
I've had the DJ going, the jukebox going this entire time.
Oh, okay.
since I got engineering. 720. Uh-huh.
Did you post a link for it somewhere?
Sure did. It's the same one that we've been using, but I posted it at 720 is when I started it.
Where?
In Tavern General. Our channel.
Oh,
We use for this game.
sure enough. Maybe.
I just used the same one that you were using before.
That's okay. All right. Well, I will bring up some music.
Yeah, I've just had Ancient Tomb playing the whole time. It felt Ancient Tomb-y.
All right. It's appropriately ominous. So yeah, there's this crowd of these creatures here, and at least you've kind of gotten, at least one of them is on your side in Saul. It was a Zolgath that you guys freed. He was left out to potentially be fed on by the creatures in this cavern. But what's everybody thinking now that you've defeated their leader? What's the next move here? They're kind of looking expectantly towards Elnat as he delivers this final blow. Sarah, were you gonna say something?
Oh, I'll just pat myself on the back.
I think the first thing Wakrun does is he's taking some deep breaths and he pulls out his chalice and takes a swig out of it to start with to heal himself back up.
Okay.
And then he looks towards Saul. Can I see Saul, or is Saul behind all these things, or is he's kind of raised up
He's
high, right?
Yeah, he's on a cliff edge.
Okay.
I go, Saul! I got to get back into the accent. Hey, I top of the morning to you. It's going to be a little bit Scottish. Saul! Are these people? Are they on your side now? You kind of give him are we good? Trying to look it over. I imagine they're still zoned in on Elnat, so maybe they're not super paying attention to me. So I'm
Right.
trying to focus on Saul to see if hey, the goal was for you to be king now. The gods are dead, both of them, and the bad guys. Are you good? You got this? That's kind of what I'm going for.
Zulgath lead. The strong lead us. But we cannot be led by an outsider. One of us must defeat your friend to take the crown.
Come over here.
Come over here. That seems like a trap.
I'm
not going to do that.
We're not going to attack you. If we wanted to do that, you would have been dead already. I just don't want to scream at you anymore. You're too far away.
Wakrun turns into the Mortal Kombat character.
Get over here.
Scorpion.
Scorpion. And I go, hey.
What a Japanese game that is.
It doesn't have a Japanese art style.
It totally does.
It does not. It's a very Western art style. I'll show you afterwards. But Saul, I go, hey, Saul. Nope, I'm getting into his accent now. That wasn't part of the deal. You didn't mention
Why are you
anything
trying
about
to
that.
sound like me? Are you making fun of Saul?
No, you didn't mention any further combat or anything. Our plan was for you to be in charge after this. Can we not just say that you're the leader now? I don't want to be mean, but I'm pretty sure that one swing from that guy's axe would kill you, and we're not staying here to lead these people. You have to do that. Tradition be damned.
Elnat will walk up and, what if I just appoint you the leader? We can say that I'm actually in charge, but you are the one who's going to be running.
You're my secondary, and
You're my second in command.
If we're gonna make somebody a puppet, I think it should be Karu.
Oh, because he is a puppet. I get it.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
no,
Haru's mind
he's
is
gonna
still
say-
on you.
That's true. Karu is still projecting a full version of himself out into the area. But
Unless it's been 6 seconds, in which case no more.
yeah, I mean, we're kind of working in a very narrow thing here.
Bullet time. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's gonna say, no. He says, if you appoint me as leader, it will seem that Saul is weak. I will be challenged by every Zolgath here. I must defeat you in combat. We must make it look good, as the kids say.
Yeah,
Or
just fake it.
what if I appoint someone weak and then you beat him?
Well, that
I mean-
seems kind of
I
mean,
mean-
doesn't it?
I mean, if we need to make a show of it, we can make a show of it. I'm just giving up options.
He's just like, tell your friends to back away. We must battle for who is the leader of these Zurgath.
I'll nod to everyone and have him and have them back away.
If there's about to be a combat, I think that Angoric would be trying to sneakily cast. Was it Bless? What's the thing that gives him a +1 to some attack?
Bless is a thing. I don't know if you have it. I mean, what are you asking?
Angoric has it. I think that's what he would be trying to do.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got stuff like that.
I don't know where his character sheet would
I think
be.
Brendan should have a version of it somewhere, right, with the GM connecting, so he's probably got it all.
Yeah,
Just
Or
if we're
maybe
if
you're
we're playing
thinking of
Angoric.
guidance.
Guidance, yeah. Giving you a guidance and whatever this combat is going to be. Not to, I say not to play Josh's character, but that's what we need to do. I think so.
But we are, in fact, playing Josh's character.
We are.
I think Josh would say something wise and like subversive right now.
No,
That
that's
seems like
good.
the right thing. Yeah. I don't know what that would be, but that just seems like the tone. Is it okay if I sit on the petrified
Chair.
chair on the throne? Kavu really wants to sit on that chair.
I guess technically it's
nothing
actually
more.
it's a, oh no, is it a chair right now? What was he when he turned into? I don't remember what he
Oh
was.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of.
He was the dagger, right?
An altar form. Well, he was a dagger at one point, but yeah, I think like his default form is more of a big
a table.
piece of furniture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Saul is going to be like kind of standing out here with his weapons out. And he's gonna say, "Come on, big man, hit me if you dare."
I guess to be a little safer, I will come at him with my warhammer instead.
You could do something to do non-lethal damage, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I trust this guy to be that safe.
That's
For flavor's sake. But yeah, I will go after. I guess.
Yeah, you could take a -2 to your attack roll, and only do non-lethal damage.
If I'm trying to miss, do I still need to roll?
You could roll like a deception, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, do you have something like that? And I would even say,
I mean, I do.
You
I
can
mean,
choose to
deception
miss,
is a
right?
skill.
I mean, you could choose to miss, but then it looks like he's trying to miss.
Yeah.
I'm saying, are you trying
I
to?
could do it. I have a +2 to performance.
Okay, you could try it. You could try performance, but add your attack bonus to that as well.
To the bonus? Okay, so I got +7 and 2.
I would
so
imagine
it's
you're fairly good
+9.
at attacking things, so you could probably put on a pretty good show with it.
21 performance.
Okay. So like I said, everybody's kind of gathered there, kind of watching what's going on. They're obviously rooting for Saul to defeat you here.
Uh-huh.
So you're like swinging at him. He's just got like a very simple little setup there. He's got like a dagger clutched in his claws, and he's kind of like ducking out of the way of your heavy blows. He's gonna try something similar right back. He's gonna like come in really close and try to like slip his dagger up underneath your armor, like where it looks like he would be able to like get you right in the chest.
Uh-huh.
And then he's gonna say like, "Okay, now lay down and be very still." And he's gonna step back with like the dagger like stuck in between your armor.
Okay.
Wow, right, the kisser.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and lay down. Yeah.
Flop onto the ground. And
I
the
might put on
crowd,
a little bit of a show. Oh, the agony. Oh, and
do you have
then
any last words that you give everyone gathered here?
uh
That's it.
yeah, yeah. I got nothing.
No, my father, I loved him.
No, the all of the death throws are into the performance.
Mhm.
Like don't even say any words. Just really milking it.
So what you're gonna hear, like it's kind of everybody kind of quiets down, and then the Zolgath that are gathered there, like, he has banished the outsider with a single move, and they just kind of like all like kind of rush forward, and they like lift Saul up, like on their shoulders, and they're like throwing him up in the air,
Oh yeah.
and he's like quiet, 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 and they all like kind of like back up again a little bit. And he is like, you have done us a great service by getting rid of these monsters who have taken over our tribe. We will do our best to avoid raiding your city for a couple of weeks, we will really give you a good run for your money here. No, but in all seriousness, it's like we will try to find other ways to gather food and resources. It's like, this is how we will repay you. You may also take anything of our leaders that you wish.
Thank you. I want
Of
to
course.
search those guys because that
Okay.
one chick should have the dagger that we're looking for, the dagger piece at least.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
The
That
whole
was
reason we did
in
this.
what was
Hulk
yeah,
house.
Hrolkas.
So yeah, do a thorough search of both of them.
Okay. All right. So you pick through kind of what's been dropped here after this combat. It's like what's been dropped in the ground, and also anything that any kind of pockets this Zolgath leader has. And while you're doing so, Saul is like kind of like giving everybody orders, and they're like pulling out like this treasure hoard of stuff, like stuff they've accumulated over the years that they don't really have a lot of value for, but like they're pulling out all these things. So they bring you some of this treasure.
They bring us some stuff.
They bring you some stuff.
All right, I like stuff.
So you do get this dagger that you've been looking for, and it's in the form of a +1 clan dagger. Uh, so it's
Give
got
that
a
to
potency.
Krohan.
Yeah, it's got a potency rune on it. So yeah, I mean, if you give it to Krohan will take it and take care of it. And he says, he's like, keep the gem with you, keep it safe. We must find a way to reunite them.
Okay.
And if we can, to free the creature that's trapped inside, because it's weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We don't want any
Yeah.
strange gnome spirits inhabiting this dagger that's an artifact.
At least not right now. It's not a good
Yeah.
time for it.
Yeah, it's not yeah.
Maybe next month.
Maybe later for sure. But yeah, so you kind of get like somewhere I had
Oh, the
all
loot
this
written
stuff
down.
tallied up. Yeah.
And who's note taking today?
I got it. I'm on it.
Cool.
Me, the man of many monitors.
I don't see it. So we'll go with there's a pile of silver pieces that look like they have you recognize like the currency of the realms that you guys are from. You recognize like dwarven coins, and these all have like a picture of like this dark dwarven queen on them, like they are from the realms below.
Yeah.
Cool.
The not Underdark, but what is this realm called?
Let's see.
Darklands? No.
Darklands, yeah. I think
Is it
so.
Darklands?
I think it is. Yeah, Darklands.
Because Undercommon
so-
also wasn't Undercommon, it's something else.
Yeah, it might be called something new in the remaster, but I'm not sure. But there's a pile of these silver coins, There is a delicate teapot. It's depicting the many-colored bird of Shellin. So you get like this really nice looking teapot. There is, you don't have to write anything down yet. I'm giving you a description of everything that's on here. There's a magically shaped marble statuette. It looks like to be an image
character?
of the altar eating a sacrifice.
Oh, cool.
It's a picture of
Zib-Zeb?
Zib-Zeb. Mm-hmm.
Should we break
They
him,
have
by
it.
the way? Turn him to gravel, or what's the most humane thing to do? Throw him in the pit?
There is a sack of copper ingots here that are all like stamped with a particular like smelter's mark. And then there's a number of like sacks of like wheat that have just like rotted to the point where they're like no longer any good. They're just adding to like the smell of everything that's going on right now, and they're just
Sleep
like,
those.
there you go, yeah, here you go, here's treasure.
Go to the coal, just throw that shit away.
Yep. There's they bring out a little chest and kind of open it up, and there is a topaz gem inside, some more assorted coins. There is a dwarf's gold tooth. It looks like it's been pulled
I
out. Root
I
and
claim
all.
that.
We saw a skeleton with a golden tooth earlier.
It's very possible.
Okay.
It's just missing. There's one tooth that's been kind of pulled out.
Yeah, it was whenever we went for that backpack instead of the body.
Did one of them have a
You guys,
golden tooth?
you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Vaguely.
guy had a golden tooth.
That was a hot minute ago. You guys were in the
Yeah.
maze. Yep.
Oh god, yeah.
How'd they get him?
Um,
That's weird.
It's
just
the
a tooth.
It's just the tooth.
I mean, it's definitely the same gold tooth,
yeah,
right?
100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
very potentially.
there's
I
only
will
one
say
gold
that
tooth.
that maze, like the longer you guys are in that maze, the higher chance that Zolgath's like scouts like come and find you while you're in the maze and
that's
fight you.
cool.
So you guys got through it pretty quickly, but it was
We were
possible.
pretty amazing, huh?
Pretty amazing, I guess.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There's a like small vial of some type of liquid that looks like it's completely spoiled, and
Oh,
there's
it
a
looks
note
pretty
on
vile.
it. Yeah, it looks pretty vile. It's a vial.
Does it look like
there's-
the coffee?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly. There's a note on it that says, "I pray this reaches you in time," and it's in Dwarven. So whoever needed that potion did not get it.
Yeah, they
Probably.
get that.
Fuck yeah.
Looks-
But yeah, there's just a handful of these like kind of random things. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like all the fun Easter eggs you find in Bethesda games.
hmm But I think what it ends up being in total is about 24 gold pieces worth of stuff down here. So everybody can take
24.
4. There's 6 of you.
I heard 6.
4 gold pieces apiece.
Four gold
We need
pieces
to
apiece.
remember to give that to
I'll
Josh.
write that down for Josh.
Okay.
I'll write down a note card, and that way he has it. Oh, there's something written on this one. Okay, well.
It says, "Don't forget to."
That was what they gave us. Is there anything else that we could find off of the 2 people that we killed? The creature and her?
Yeah, let me make sure.
Did she have a poppet I can set free?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Did have some fun mental effects that she was trying to get to use.
Oh yeah,
It
it was a fun battle. I was just listening to it.
Yeah, so I think the only thing she has that dagger, and then a scroll of create food. So there's a scroll that you can use to make food if you're trapped in a cave or something.
And we know that's what it is?
Yeah.
Do you know what class could cast that? What kind of spell that is?
I can look it up real quick.
That could be useful if we run into a hill giant.
Yeah.
Create food is a 2nd level spell, and the arcane, divine, and primal traditions.
I guess I don't know what kind
So-
of casters we have. So. Either way,
Although a 2nd level spell scroll, that's probably expensive.
It's not cheap.
who wants to put? That's the only thing that we really need to put in our inventory. Then, yeah, I'd imagine, other than the gold pieces, right?
Yeah,
Who
that's
would like to hold on to that? I would say,
I can add it.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say someone that can cast it ideally holds, I guess, create food. It's not like we're gonna need to do that in a dire situation.
Let's
So
see.
Yeah, I'm spontaneous, so
Scrolls.
So you think you have 2 divine casters and a
gonna say,
primal caster and an
I-
occult caster?
I can do the trick magic item thing. That might work for that. I don't know if it does. Actually, I think there's a whole separate thing for thaumaturgy casting.
Metal
scrolls.
filter set? No. Well, I'm
I don't
looking
know how
in
scrolls-
gear, magic items, and scrolls, and nothing is coming up.
See that?
Yeah, I don't know. Is there somewhere you can just add notes, maybe? Just throw it in there.
It might be. Is it considered a ritual? No.
Austin, I guess you could just keep it in the notes for now and
It was a scroll.
Create
Of-
food.
create food.
Scroll. Create food.
So yeah, so she doesn't have anything else. The basilisk doesn't have anything. Basilisk was just a basilisk.
and none of
Um,
its like glands or anything could be sold to apothecaries or anything with the creating things into
That's
stone.
fair
sort of
since it's
thing.
like a rare creature. It might.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. There's like rules for taking trophies in first edition. Like taking trophies, like from a. Let's see. That didn't help me at all.
I remember that was one of the first things I tried when we first started Starfinder.
And
Yeah.
Just like, can I cut this guy's ears out? Or eyes out. Ears off. So,
To be fair, they were also a rare creature. So
to be fair.
damn it, that's a good drop.
Yeah, I mean, I think if somebody wants to try and harvest something from it, that would be a check that you probably have to make, like a survival.
Ooh, I wonder, is there a skill under survival that maybe says that might be able to lead us in a direction?
Yeah, I'm untrained in survival.
Doesn't look like it. I have a plus.
Nice.
I'm an expert in survival, so I can try to.
Nice.
It makes sense for thaumaturge to know the important things to cut off the creatures to be able to use for stuff. So I'll go up and kind of look around on it, like maybe its eyes could be used for something later on. So I'll try to do a survival check to take important bits off of it, and then look up to see what the rules might actually be for it. Apply it
There
later.
aren't any rules.
I got a natural 4 for a total of 12.
Okay. Yeah, you look it over and too beat up.
We killed it too good.
Nothing worth taking. Just killed it too goodly.
Cool.
Oh shoot.
Looks like there's
I-
some monsters that can specifically be called out to be harvested for materials, but
Yeah,
looks
it was
that's
like a
fair.
specific rule set in first edition. I
Yeah.
don't think they've made something like that in this one. But the next book that comes out is Howl of the Wild.
it's got a lot of
So
creature
I
stuff
bet,
in it. So
I bet
yeah.
it'll be in there.
Cool. We'll come back to it. Remember that 12.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 12 is a failure rate for this. But
Maybe
if you
something
wanna
happens
come
on
back to
failure.
this body years later and hope that it's still here, then that's fine.
I go up to Saul before we head out. I go, Saul, I don't know if you saw that, but Ziv
So
Zev there,
scary.
he turned into stone. My suggestion to you would be one of two things, maybe three things. It's really up to you. You're the leader here now. Put him back where he was. He was the altar. He can continue to be the altar. He just won't speak to anybody. Put him back where he was. Or break him, crumble him up, and throw him into the pit. You'll never have to deal with him again for sure that way. Or, if you think you want him back, say put him back where he was, and maybe if some high level wizard or something comes down here, maybe they'd know some way to bring him back. But I wouldn't leave him right there.
Can he be restored? Do you know this?
Well, I think me as a character, I might know it, but I don't remember if I learned that from the check. I don't remember if
You did not learn that from the check.
Okay. I don't know if I learned
But I
it
don't-
ever at all, so I just roll an esoteric lore check to see if that's something
I
that I
say-
know or not.
I don't know if you succeeded on all of your checks, I think, which means you can continue rolling to get more information if you want.
Okay, cool. I will. This will be a recall knowledge, so I'll do esoteric lore. So give plus 10. It's a haunt, curse, or creature, so I would think that maybe it's the plus 10. But if you don't think it is, plus 8. We'll do the middle one.
You said metal, right? TAL.
Middle.
Middle.
I said the middle one.
Okay,
Yeah, so the
red
purple one. Yeah, purple or red.
Okay, you said it's plus 10.
If you consider it to be knowledge about a haunt, curse, or creature, if it's not, then it's a plus 8. You don't have to tell me, so but just keep that in mind.
You don't. You know from your travels that obviously the worst thing that can happen to an adventurer is being turned to stone by a basilisk.
Sure. Not killed.
But yeah. Well, okay. That's fair.
Some things
One of
are
the worst
worse.
things-
Second
than
worst.
that.
One of
Yeah,
the
that's
worst things that can happen to an adventurer is being turned to stone by a basilisk. But you've heard that there's an old, like, kind of like sailor's remedy. If you coat the creature that's been turned to stone in the basilisk's blood, as long as it's fresh, you can reverse the process.
I feel like I did maybe that. I actually saw, now that I'm thinking about it, I think if you really did want to bring Zivzed back, you need to cut open the beastie there and soak him in its blood. Should do the trick. Although, I will say, your people there, and I'm no king, I'm no leader, but you cutting open their most recent god and rubbing the blood all over their previous god might cause some trouble in the camp. But I'll leave that to you. He was a halfway decent guy, as far as I could tell, other than the whole, eating people. So you might be just as well off leaving him as a table.
It's an interesting little tidbit there. Does anyone in favor of reviving the mimic, if you can?
Sure.
I'm
Leave
gonna
him
say
as a
no.
statue.
Yes.
Both the
No.
girls said yes.
This
Uh,
mimic is
I-
a parasite.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Wakroon is a hard no. I was trying to be nice to the guy, but this is definitely like the easy route away, and it's not my choice anymore. Like that's their god, that's their thing. I'm gonna let Saul make that decision.
Yeah.
Wakroon's
that.
ready to walk off. Like Wakroon's ready to be like, all right, good luck. If you want him to come back, cut him open and pour some blood on him.
Yeah.
Karu's fine with playing God and just crumbling the the false god.
If I was in Saul's position, yeah, that's what I'd do. I think I'd crush him and turn him into some. I'm sure there's some bare areas that need a little bit of gravel backfill. That's like what I would do it as a king. But
Yeah, they could just lift him up, toss him over the edge, and that
Yeah.
pit.
Yeah.
Let the pit handle him. But if you're not, like I said, it's just an idea.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna bring Krohan down because I'm gonna play him too, just so he's closer. He's just so far away. I mean, he's on the other side of this map.
Hello.
I go, Krohan, we got the dagger and we got the gem. I think the job that you asked us for is done. It's time to return back to the city now, isn't it?
Aye. We must begin making our ascent. I'm sure you're well aware. Sometimes the journey back is just as difficult as the journey down. He clasps you on the back, and he's like, "But I think we can handle it."
Traditionally speaking, yeah, I think that's true, but from what I can think about, it shouldn't be too bad. We didn't really. There's pretty much a ramp most places. I think there was one area we had to climb down, so that might be trouble. But I feel like we cleared it out pretty well. It's at least a straight path back. I mean, it's not straight necessarily. We have to take some turns and whatnot, but it's. I remember it at the very least.
Yeah.
We didn't even go that deep. We might have gone really deep, but that's a Wakroon flexing on how deep
I
he's
think that
gone.
was yeah, that's fair. But I think when we kind of hand waved some of the travel and
We
stuff,
hand
I
waved
think
some
it's
deep
yeah.
travel.
I think you're at least 2 days down into the mountain.
That's fair.
Oh, okay.
So there was
decent.
I will say
some
I'm
significant travel.
missing the little bit of daylight that we did get back in the city. starting to go a little bit stir crazy down here. Not to say I haven't done, like I've said, I've been down this deep before, but we've been gone quite a while now. I usually am able to come back within a day or so. So, I missed my bed. But so nothing else that you need down here. This is it. And do you think that we can find somebody in the city that can help us get that dead gnome spirit out of the old gym there? Or is that something we need to worry about down here? Because, well, I guess that's a question for you. Is it like a... is it going to be like a big blasphemous thing that there's like a soul stuck in the gem of this ancient clan? Like, do we need to figure it out down here? Because it's going to be like a... We don't want to tell anybody that this happened type of thing. Like, let's do this shit underground because it's less sketchy.
We'd have to take it to an arcane scholar of some sort. I'm afraid that I don't know enough about it. How to free the creature.
I'm right there with you. Well, we'll follow your lead. Hey, what are you? Like, if you had to take your skill set and put it into like a class, what would you say you are? I can't really remember. You like to shoot your bow. Are you a ranger? Is that a class in Pathfinder 2e?
I don't really have that class.
You don't have a class. It's so fucking
I'm
weird.
just good at certain things.
Okay, sure. I hear you on that one.
More of a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm ready to
You
go.
guys have seen him?
I don't want to wipe away what Lorna and Sarah said that they wanted to do. Are you guys going to fight in your character? Not fight, but fight for your right to cut open this basilisk and pour the blood on it? Or are you going to go?
Could just do it.
I'm gonna go, but I don't know if... I wonder what Shrag will do.
Because I'm just going to start walking away. Walkthrough is just going to start walking away, but I don't want to... I don't want Austin to override.
Away? Are we walking back further into this cave?
We're leaving. We're going home. We're walking back the other way. South, as far as cave directions go. This cave is a pretty big cave. So. But I'm fast as fuck. I'm just kidding.
You're really not, but...
Really not. 20 feet of movement. I'm slow as shit, actually.
Sarah, did you want to do anything? Kind of was leaving the door open, in case you did. Can you hear us now?
Josh must be there.
She's asleep. She's...
Why is she asleep? It's only 8:53.
She doesn't have headphones in. Hello.
Phone home. Phone home.
Well...
Head out? Or what? I'm kind of curious now. As we're leaving, does it look like Saul is making a move one way or another with what he's going to do?
I don't think they are even concerned about the statue.
Cool. That works for me.
Yeah.
Take our stuff, our scroll, our dagger, the whatever I got for my 12 on the survival roll from the basilisk, and head out.
Yeah, you're bringing back like it's like just like
a feather.
Stuff that's just gonna just get rotten within a day.
Just like a chunk of flesh.
Just a rough.
Yeah. I found. He's like, I got a steak off of this thing, and it's just like a chunk of meat, and everybody's just like, I would need that if I were you. That is a bad idea.
No, don't say that. Okay, so let me see. We leave Saul to do it.
Oh, Sarah back?
Maybe a headset died.
Maybe.
Phone home. Phone home.
All right. But yeah, if you want to make your way back to the surface, you can. Oh. Hello?
She's like, cut that basilisk open! If you can hear me, give me a sign. It's like phasmophobia. If you hear me, give me a sign.
I'll go upstairs and check on her. You tell me what you guys want to do next.
Leave.
Yeah, I'm all for leaving. If they want to, like you said, if they whatever they want to do at the altar, that's their prerogative. I'm all for leaving.
Let's leave.
While Brendan is away, let's have a Pathfinder topic. Has anyone looked ahead on their character sheet and if they're excited for anything for
No.
level 4?
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Oh, there she
There
is.
it is.
It's just the
There
presence
is.
of Brendan leaving his desk
Honest,
fixes everything.
literally.
Back away slowly.
My boss swears that it just takes her tech husband to leave the house and come to the clinic for all of our technology to start working.
It does be like that sometimes.
Do.
So Brenda said it's our own blood to release this basilisk. Is that what?
No. If we wanted to bring back Zivzeb the Mimic, my role, we learned that you need to take the basilisk and cut it open and put its blood all over Zivzeb. Then some of us decided that we were just going to start leaving, but not playing your
If
character.
you wanted to do it, Sarah, Orpheus would help you.
I don't know if using one life to save another is really worth it in this moment.
So the basilisk is dead.
Freshly dead. That's
we
kind of
have-
the point.
We killed the basilisk, yeah, so...
Well, I understand that, but I mean, like, I don't know. I thought I was using my own blood, so never mind.
Yeah.
We're using the blood of something that's already dead to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. I don't want to use that creature that way, so I'm good.
Okay.
It's a very druid mindset.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart.
All right, Brandon, we start heading home.
So then the crew kind of gathers up back together,
All right, so we get back to the city.
kind of completed this long, arduous, like, cave crawl here all together. Do you think you guys would have more to talk about on the way back than you did on the way down?
We go 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
just get
99
sloshed the whole
bottles
way
of
up.
beer. You take one down, pass it around.
We fermented the rotten grass or wheat or whatever they gave us and made it into liquor. It's potent.
Into liquor.
You fermented it really fast. I guess it was already rotten. I don't think that makes it better.
It's fantasy, Brendan.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure I have something to talk about. Give me a second. I need to go way back here.
You guys know a little bit more about each other. You've kind of seen some of your skills and abilities at work. I mean, Krohan, like I said, the only things you really know about him, he's got his pickaxe, he's got his bow, and he kind of tries to get in the thick of it and help out. He's been more helpful sometimes than others.
He's been known to on occasion.
Mm-hmm. There's one time he seemed to activate some kind of like magical power within himself, but only for a moment, like when he was close to dying.
I'm messaging someone.
Is it me? Are you messaging me?
Yeah.
Right here, Austin. I imagine Krohan would try to kind of like strike up some conversations with you all on the way back. It's just like, I didn't know if I'd ever be able to redeem my honor, and now it seems much closer within our grasp. I couldn't have done it without the lot of you. For that, you will have my eternal thanks.
Hey, Krohan, what exactly?
Holy shit. How do you know my name?
We made it down here and we had to fight through lots of things. How far did you make it down in your previous attempts? Did you end up having to run into people, and you seen any of this before? It's been so many crazy things we've seen down here. How you could have ever even attempted it on your own before?
When I first lost the dagger, I tried many times to reach it, but it had fallen down a chasm of sorts, and there was no means of egress. That tunnel that we climbed down, which you guys are going to have to climb all the way back up, that 300-foot long, like, drop.
Fuck.
Crazy drop. He's like, that didn't exist when I was here previously. I knew the dagger had fallen, and I didn't realize it had fallen that deep. Like, also, there's that room full of mushrooms and fungus. That wasn't there before either. It was a natural cave. Apparently, time has allowed it to grow, and perhaps that creature we killed spurred that process
we probably destroyed that ecosystem by killing its creator.
along.
Likely caused a lot of death with that. Good stuff. Cron, do you have a clan dagger of your own right now?
It was taken from me when I was banished.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that. Like, aye.
Thank you for bringing it up.
That's a rather sore subject, actually.
Ah.
You guys are in the middle climbing, and he just lets go.
No, it's a sacred thing.
Yes, it's
Have you
very
seen
important
mine?
to a dwarf.
Wait on, everyone, listen. Listen up. Oh, you hear it? Oh, he's almost there. There he is.
Jesus Christ.
It's a
Well,
long drop. We've
I
been
have
climbing for a while.
I have a clan dagger myself, clan runebinder. I'm pretty sure Elnat does as well. Who knows about the rest of everyone? They shouldn't, but I have a. I'll pull up. Actually, it's on the. I have a page that shows my dagger, or my clan dagger, because it's pretty cool. It's more like a clan ninja star, to be honest with you. Can't remember what they're called. Star knife. The star knife. I have a clan star knife. He
What
pulls
have you
it out.
done? And he starts strangling you.
I
How
never
dare you
really,
disrespect the dagger in that way?
never really fit in very well with the rest of my clan. I don't know if you hadn't noticed, but they, I'm not out here casting any magic. I don't have an affinity for it. The runebinders, you know, they sing. Have that guttural throat singing ability that they have that lets them cast spells in a very particular way. And I may be a runebinder by name, but I was never able to get the tones just right. So I find magic in a different way. Like pulls out the chalice again and takes like another, just like a sip of it. He's like,
Well, Grun,
I
have you ever inquired about perhaps having an alternate genealogy?
Hey, you
Perhaps-
think that I was born by someone else? Is that what you're insinuating?
Have you ever heard the old Norse legends of Loki
Norse?
of Asgard?
The fuck is Norse?
It's in a completely different realm. You probably haven't seen it.
You're right, I haven't.
It's super round.
It's
Cool.
super far away.
All right,
Very
yeah.
sciencey.
No, I haven't. I don't think that's any problem. My sister, she's good at it, and she's good at everything with the magic throat singing. And then my uncle, well, he's the head of the clan. You get along all right, but you know I don't have any. I look the part. I'm a runebinder as far as I know, and not all of them can cast spells, just most of them. But it's all right. See, I told you, I got the magic stuff. Pulls out his chalice and like his esoterica bag that's just got a bunch of random shit in it. I make do. I'm happy where I'm at. But hey, it's good to speak with you. Karu, do you ever get tired? I noticed that you have to walk a lot faster than the rest of us with your tiny legs. You get tired of that shit. I should have offered earlier. You can ride on me. And you can jump on my back and I can carry you around. It's no problem.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Unless that offends you, I'm sorry. It's okay. The bow. How are you? Oh, a pangolin. Bow the pangolin.
Bow the pangolin.
Hey, have you guys seen that we have a metal dinosaur with us? That shit's fucking cool. Elnat, do you have to grease it? Does it got like a grease ports on it, or you got to grease it up, or is it alive? I realized that I almost shot it when it first came here, and then I never really asked any questions. It's from your god, right? God, that's crazy, gods. But
Yes, he is from my god.
That's sick.
Whether he's alive or not is probably up for
interpretation.
some sort of scholarly debate.
Absolutely.
But he seems to have sentience. And yes, I usually do give him a good greasing at the end of the day.
Nice. How does he do in water? Have you thought about that? Does he get rust spots, or is it like a stainless steel type situation?
Well, most metal needs a long period of time of exposure to water to rust. You just get some water on your knife, it doesn't immediately rust.
That's true.
It would
You
have to
have to
be
dry
in
them
there
off
for a
then,
long
probably,
time,
I guess.
which is part of that nightly maintenance of
Dry them off and grease them
giving
up.
grease in the places that it needs to be and cleaning out any debris, things of that nature.
Excellent. Huang! How are you? We're just walking. I imagine we're just like walking up that really long
Yeah.
slope. All of our
Awkward
quads
kids
are
Huang,
delayed.
like, Huang doesn't turn towards you at all, just talking to the ground. Fine. Yourself?
I'm doing all right. The quads are burning just a little bit. It's quite the steep path up, but I think we did good. Is this the first
I'm
time you've
picturing
been this
Bao-
deep underground? Sorry, what are we picturing
No,
now?
unfortunately,
Sorry, just keep it.
I spent more than my fair time underground.
Aye, here, in our lands, or back in your own.
Back in my own.
Right, I did not know. How long have you been?
I miss the quiet.
Been over in this continent that I can totally remember the name of everything and totally remember where you're from and have a deep understanding of the geography of Galarian.
Insight check.
Oh, no,
First
no.
time being here was when we first met, actually.
Oh, no shit. Huh. Well,
It
you've had quite the adventure. I know that blue-haired gnome. I can't remember her name right now. We'll definitely have some stories to tell her, though. The whole thing was about getting experiences. And I'll say it. If you had to break down our adventures we'd have, it could probably be, I don't know, give it or take 25 episodes of good content.
some
least.
some are good, but 25 at least.
Hey. Maybe we're only partially into the 25th. That could be.
I look forward to many more episodes in this new place with new friends and new family.
What a weird way to say you're looking forward to the future. I like it, though. Well, I'm gonna go see what the lanky Muad'Dib's doing. Orpheus! How are ya?
Good.
Dark brooding son of a gun.
May
Slaps
thy
you on the back.
rapier chip and shatter.
Yeah,
Hey,
your
I know.
rapier. It did the chip and shatter. I noticed that. Hell, that got it all fixed up nice and good though for you, yeah?
I thought it was in okay shape, but
I was just asking how he did. I don't know if I trust him. You know, he believes in a god that gave him a metal dinosaur. I don't know how good of a smith that makes him.
That's fine. It can always use the old spit and polish.
Oh. Yeah, tell me more about that. Do I need to spit and polish my hatchet?
Walkroon blushes.
Talking to the guy.
How did you know about my nightly
trade?
trade? How do you know about my nightly traditions?
That's right.
Hey, have you,
Go feed
Orpheus,
my rabbit.
I know you're a big fan of the sneaky and the stabby, but have you seen this thing? And he pulls out this rifle. He goes, when you it's like when you don't have time to be quiet anymore, this thing really packs a punch. Nice and loud too. I think if I took a Coke bottle and shoved some socks in it and stuck it on the end though, I might be able to make it a little bit quieter, at least for one shot. What do you think about that?
I think there's always time to be quiet. And so I think your modification may be a good idea, although we'll see if you can carry it out.
But what the fuck is a Coke bottle?
What's
I
that?
Episode
prefer-
title.
What is it? I prefer not. There's Nuka-Cola, and then there's like the electric blue Nuka-Cola.
The one that
Nuka-
pops
Quantum.
up.
Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Bottom.
I prefer a good Nuka-Cola Quantum myself.
There we go.
Well, I said Coke and you said that. I don't think either of us have any idea what the fuck we're talking about.
No.
Now, how long have you been on God, I don't know how to say it without sounding offensive. on the bright side of the world, if that makes any sense. I could tell by what you are that you probably aren't from here. You're from like the other side, you know what I mean?
I've been here long enough.
All right. Well, you and Huang are really good at giving exact time measurements. I appreciate that. And then Gorik, you big green son of a bitch.
Yeah?
I just don't want him to talk.
Okay, Woke Run. Whatever you say, Woke
God
Run.
damn it, the walk run. Fuck. I guess I appreciate all that you were able to do back there. I know I give you shit for being an orc, but I'm a dwarf. It's what we do. But you've been very helpful.
Thanks.
I don't really have any other questions for you. I don't remember what I know as a character. I remember your backstory, and it was pretty tragic, but you haven't revealed much to us yet. How'd you get that
That's
big
true.
old scar on your
Very
head?
personal.
I noticed you got a very big scar right across the forehead, and you being a religious type, I didn't expect you to be in very many fights. I mean, you are an orc, so I don't know if that's speciest or not to say, but I just was curious. You've been in many fights before you met us.
Sometimes you have to stand up for what's right.
You really do sound like Josh.
Other times, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
So that's all that was. It's just the wrong place, wrong time.
Something like that.
All right. Well, again, I appreciate all that you've been able to do for us. Like I said, fuck, you got anything for any magic spells there for burning quads? Fuck, this is much easier going down than it is up, you know?
I thought dwarves were natural sprinters.
Yeah, we ain't sprinting, though. It's much easier to sprint sometimes than it is to walk. And it doesn't matter how natural you are at it. After you've walked 15 miles at a 45-degree angle, it starts to get tiring. He's like,
Very
we've been
true.
walking for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think we just started. We're doing this from round by round. You've talked to 7 people. It's been 7.
It's been
It's been 42
42
seconds.
seconds. All right, well, I'll see you when the next encounter happens or when you show up after drinking your sake.
Sounds good. I have a long work meeting after this, so we'll see.
Some serious bowling to do.
Some
Well,
serious.
so much bowling.
All right, I've done what I can.
All right, I appreciate it. It is a whole process. You guys having to climb back up out of this cave, and because you've all brought climbing equipment, and we have time to spare, I'm not going to make everybody roll for a bunch of climb checks or anything. But you can make the long ascent back up this. Remember, there was like a section of the tunnel that looked like it had just been
There's a bat for it, isn't there?
eaten. It was a big circular, not that part. Big circular tunnel that went straight down that had like vines and stuff on it. So you guys had to climb up the ropes that you attached to the ends of the vines, climb back up, and then you have to go back through the fungus area. There was a map for that.
Should we be, I don't know if it matters, and by the way, you're not having us do it, probably doesn't matter. Should we be picking a activity to be doing while we're traveling, like in travel mode or whatever, adventuring mode?
You can if you want. Like whenever we're not in encounter mode, you're technically in
Adventuring mode? Is it adventuring?
Yeah, it's not. It's keep saying stuff though.
Exploration.
Exploration.
mode. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Whenever you're
See,
not
that's the problem.
in
I need
encounter
to
mode, you're in exploration mode.
decide what I would be doing.
For the most part, it doesn't matter unless there's something specific that you want to be doing. But yeah, you climb back up to this area, the fungus area.
Really.
You guys had to like fight through the mushrooms, defeat the necromancer Leshy.
I know it well.
Go back through there at all? Now that you're on your way back out, or are you guys just gonna pass it on by?
I love my fungi friends. I would be happy to go back. I love my fungi.
We can like check through, I would say. Like we can double check that maybe we didn't miss anything.
Whoa.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Aye.
you certainly don't need to if you don't want to, but
We
it's
can pass
there.
back through here. At the very least, I'd like to. There's some furniture upstairs. We can take a break, sit down.
Wasn't this place occupied?
It was. We killed it all though.
Did we?
So yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
This is where we stayed one night, I think. I think we stayed a night here. We probably still have like our makeshift areas where we like stayed the night or whatever on like the top floor, right? Yeah. I'd say I guess I don't know how long it took us to get up, but I imagine maybe this is just Austin projecting his unathleticism to the group. We are heroes, that is. I'm tired. Take a good break here. Chillax. I don't think that we'll have like leveled up in a way that means that we've learned anything that like it is worth like rechecking stuff for different things, but I guess can I if we get but Walker would walk back up to the top floor and do another perception check just to see if it looks like anything's changed, but like kind of quickly, just in the sense of like wanting to sit down and take a breather, take a break, maybe clean his rifle, that sort of thing. So we haven't taken a break since we had that fight, right? Is everybody at full health?
I'm at full.
I'm like 34 out of 35. So
all right, give everyone make yourself full health. While we were walking up that long thing, I would have just been passing around the chalice. It's nine hit points every 10 minutes. So
Karu is drained. He became drained at probably one of the first encounters of this day. And so he's actually riding on, I think probably Angoric's shoulders. Just because, I mean, he cannot keep up with you guys. Not whenever we're going on these kind of treks.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So if you know you come back up here and you take a look around, it does kind of look like nothing has changed since the last time you passed through here.
okay.
Like there's still the bodies are kind of where they lay on the ground, and like there's still rubble from like a couple of scatter scree spells that happened and a couple of rust monsters that ate eaten boulders and things like that.
Okay. And because you rolled a perception. I guess it doesn't matter if you did. But if I could have a perception, it would be a +8 just to check that. But yeah, if that's the case, I would take 15-20 minutes and just chillax here before the rest of the journey home, unless anyone. I think we should take a second here and rest up, prepare ourselves just in case anything lies ahead, and take 15, 20, 30 minutes here. Make sure we're all good to go.
I think you guys rested immediately before going down into the lower part of the caves down below.
Yeah. So yeah, we took the long rest and then the next day went.
We rested in the room where the dolls
upstairs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Down below, on the right path.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We rested in the rooms.
I forgot about that.
Was. So we've rested once since we were up in this room before.
Right.
So.
Right. But I was mainly saying that like it was a couple of days journey down here, so you'll have to find a couple of places to rest again. Is this a place that you want to stop and rest, or you want to keep on?
If we, I don't know how we've been keeping track of time, but if it feels like it's late enough in the day that it makes sense to rest up here. We've been here. We're familiar with it. We can go downstairs. Someone can be downstairs on a guard shift. We can sleep on shifts or whatever and go through it. So if that works for everybody else,
works for me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. Rest in the familiar locations. So.
Okay. All right. That works for everybody. You guys can rest a little bit, rest your weary heads, thinking about some of the conversations that you've had on your way back up, thinking about getting close to the completion of this quest and what it kind of means to be done with that. You have certainly done a lot with these companions, but does that mean that it's the end of the road? If you guys complete this quest, like, was everybody gonna stay together for some reason after this festival, or are you gonna kind of go back up and then go your separate ways? Kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of us don't have a lot to go home to.
Yeah, maybe a sense of
tell me about
camaraderie. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're all I imagine it's like a sleepover situation. Or like, I don't know. Who wants to take first guard shift?
I can.
It could also be Crohan. We could also just send Crohan out to watch. Okay, yeah, but
Right.
Orpheus, that works.
Everybody else is hanging out there. Kurhan's just sitting outside, and he's like, "Wait a minute."
We're all just laying down. It's like we're all laying down on like someone's living room floor, like looking up. They're like, "What do you guys think we're gonna do when we're done?" We're having like a very sleepover moment when everyone's trying to go to sleep.
I mean,
and
that was
someone
most
just
of us
starts
during vet
talking.
school.
Yeah,
Except Woke Run drank too much Coca-Cola and he's got to use the bathroom in the middle of the night.
it's true. Wakrun actually is.
Woke Run. That's what I said.
All right, Josh. No, I think he would go. Okay, that's Brendan brings up a good point for some good conversation there. Wakrun goes, "Hey, when we're done with all this, we help out Krohan and we go to this party and we go to this event and we share our stories. What do you guys plan on doing after that? I mean, to be fair, I live in the city, so I kind of just figured I'd go back to work. But I feel like I've grown pretty close to y'all. We've had some near-death experiences together. We've trauma bonded, as they say. I'm not really sure what the future holds."
I have nothing to go back to. I suppose I will keep adventuring to try to find artifacts, relics, things people have lost, make my way, and just keep.
I like to picture Orpheus as Nicolas Cage in National Treasure now.
Yeah, that is who he is. He's the eventually there will be a National Treasure remake and with Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet. The Gen Z version.
You notice that Angoric is the first one to fall asleep at this thing, and he's kind of quietly like talking to himself. He's kind of like, he's smacking his lips really loudly, and then he just goes, "Shahaldri, oh."
Well, we know what he's going home for.
That's right.
A girl worth fighting for.
Dang, I need a whip sound for the soundboard.
It's out there. Indiana Jones, take your pick.
Yep. Elnet, do you think that you're just gonna go back to work as well? What's your plans?
Well, originally I thought I would just go back to work, but I don't know. I feel like I want to get out and do a little bit more.
That's fair. Does your house have place for Silverforge? I didn't even think about it. He hasn't even seen the city yet.
Oh
My
yes,
God, do you have a big enough flat? I imagine
yes,
that they
I
call them
definitely-
flats because
I definitely have enough space. But no, it's more a matter of my life back home is pretty boring compared to adventuring and fighting alongside a mecha dinosaur. Just kind of cool.
I hear you on that. No, I'm just gonna keep forcing conversations. Akaru,
Yes.
I felt like you kind of had an alternative mission that you were working on here when we first started.
I
Do you
still
plan on
very
going?
much am.
Okay. Does that mission keep you here in the Five Kings? Or
Don't you worry. You will know when my quest is up.
Oh yeah, I wasn't particularly asking when it was up. I just was curious where it was going to take you.
That's the thing. I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually looking for someone.
Oh,
I
is she pretty?
well, the pretty one is already gone.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Someone
But-
get Karu some NyQuil.
Yeah, no, I'm the sullen one at the sleepover. That's never.
Just a little bit farther away.
Yeah. Brings the black hoodie.
All right. Well, I hope we do get to stick together then, I guess. I mean, I'm staying in the city. It sounds like everyone else kind of plans on doing it. Who knows? Maybe Another person with a missing clan dagger will tell us that they lost it down in a giant mushroom, and we'll end up right back here. As he kind of, maybe he's like sitting close to one of these benches or like these tables. He kind of like looks underneath it just to make sure there's not like a clan dagger underneath it that he could just like finish the quest early and be like, no shit, I
There's
actually found
like
that.
3 or 4 of them stuck in the
It's like a scavenger hunt that you found something earlier than you were supposed to find.
It's just James was here. I was like carving the wall.
Oh shit, there's actually 4 clan daggers just duct taped to the bottom of this table. You touch this one. No. Alright, well.
I
To be
think you
honest
guys
with y'all,
have
I was out of kind of adventuring when I found y'all. My job was to just adventure down into the caves and bring back relics, so I've kind of been able to keep up with that. Oh, the sound that we're listening to is now village. It's got birds. There's no birds on the ground though.
Oh,
Let's go back
that's
to
nice.
ancient tomb.
Now, Walkroon has finally fallen asleep and is now dreaming.
Yes, he have swallows.
Yeah, so you guys talk probably for long hours into the night, but feel
Yeah.
relatively safe in this mushroom little tower here.
I feel like Karu would open up about like previous adventures and stuff. Like initially he's pretty dark, but once he starts talking,
He's
he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you tell a story about how you were looking for a murderer in the city of Absalom?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I heard
So
there was
this
a
is
really
weird.
cool character that is almost Blade-like
Yeah.
that you fought with.
Yeah. This weird Dampier guy named
And I heard there was a
a frog.
Lashy. Oh yeah, frog. Yeah,
There was very potentially a singing
Oh, yeah.
frog there.
On that night, share that connection. Yeah.
That's
We
true.
do.
That's
But
very
we're
true.
never up at the same times. Our sleep schedule is always different. Yeah. It's just different internal clocks.
I don't know why this doll reminds me so much of that monkey that I went adventuring with 3 years ago.
Same
So
name, too.
weird.
So bizarre. But you never really want to ask somebody who's a doll if they used to be a monkey, you know?
It's just
Yeah.
rude.
Did you used to be like a normal thing, or
Why are you such a
And then
doll?
sometimes he projects a monkey, but you never want to know if
Yeah.
there's like a Patronus situation. Like,
yeah? Did he choose monkey, or did monkey?
Was he a
choose him?
monkey first and then became a doll? Or was he always a doll, just pretending to be a monkey?
Fake.
Is
Tough to
spirit
tell.
animal PC? I see. I don't know.
I don't think it
Yeah.
is anymore,
It's a tough
or
one.
ever was, but never mind.
Yeah. Whoopsie daisy.
This definitely is
Um,
late night.
Yeah, it definitely is late night conversation. So I think all of you guys would awake, feeling a little well rested, and maybe a little bit more like 4th level characters.
Nice.
Oh no shit!
All right.
Except for Angoric, for some reason he still feels
That's
weak.
right.
And I'm no longer drained.
Ah, okay.
Love it.
Little partial episode level up. When you walked away, did you hear, Brendan, what I was asked when you went upstairs to help Sarah?
I still
It's
have a
like-
headset on.
Okay, so you heard me say like we should talk about like what is anyone excited for what they get at level 4? Do you want us to go ahead and do all that right now?
Yeah, can if you want.
All right, stream, you're gonna get to walk through with me as I do mine. So I'll just put it on the stream as I walk through my stuff. That's to not be super boring. So level 4. We'll start.
I'm just gonna be
here.
reading.
God, I knew I should. I remember. I thought I had decided this one. So I'm just gonna read this one out loud as I talk about it. But feel free to ignore me. I'm mostly doing this to talk to Brendan and then the stream. So there's this thing called paired link, where I can basically like break a trinket that I have, and create like a link between the two halves. And during my daily preparations, I can perform a short ceremony where I gift one of the two halves to a willing ally, and when that ally casts on that ally, you can cast spells and use thaumaturge abilities that have a range of touch at a range of 30 feet instead, and the ally can cast spells that have a range of touch on you from a range of 30 feet away. So I could give this to Angoric or Elnat that both have lay on hands, right? And you guys could like theoretically cast lay on hands on me at a range of 30 feet, which is kind of cool. 'Cause that's basically like a cheaper level heal for like a similar amount of healing, I would think. There's actually a really interesting Reddit thread about whether or not that means that I can have you drink from the chalice from 30 feet away too.
He's
But
like pouring it behind his head.
It's kind of decided that you can't, I think is the general, because the chalice doesn't ever give a range necessarily. Like the range is touch, but since it doesn't actually give a range of touch, then it's probably not like actually that good. But it's interesting. So I could do that, make you guys more easily be able to heal me potentially, but thaumaturgic ritualist is actually crazy. I can I
You learn a couple rituals.
uh-huh,
Rituals are pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I get better at like casting, like I get bonuses to cast. I learned 2 uncommon rituals with a level no higher than half your level, and you must meet all the prerequisites, blah blah blah. And I can cast these as the primary caster. And then at 8th level and every 4 levels thereafter, you learn another uncommon ritual. The thing about rituals is it costs money to learn them. So with this, you basically get like 2 free uncommon ones, which is pretty strong.
You already have access to a couple of rituals too.
That makes sense. I haven't actually looked through those, but
Well, yeah. I mean, the ones that you guys picked up.
oh yeah. You're right. Gotcha.
Resurrection ones.
There's also instructive strike, where I basically get a free recall knowledge if I hit the creature. So I attack the foe, analyze how it reacts, so I make a strike, and on a hit, I can immediately attempt to check a recall knowledge check on the target, and on a critical hit, I gain a +2 bonus to that recall knowledge check. So instead of having to spend an action on recall knowledge, I can just hit and get a free recall knowledge, which is pretty cool.
But yeah, I like the theory that all of these level up things are really like gradually happening as you're getting to the level. So like it's not necessarily that you just wake up and you're actually better at these things and have 8 more health. It's just like, you know, like you've slowly been getting stronger, and now you've finally gotten to the point where you can reliably use these skills every single time. So yeah, you'll kind of wake up the next morning and continue that trek back up to the city. I think you guys spent 3 or 4 days in High Helm before venturing down into the caves, and then it's 2 days down into the tunnels, and then I think you rested twice, because you rested once in the mushroom, I think, and then you rested again in the doll cave, so that's 4 more days. So that'd be like day 8. 2 more days climbing back out. So about 10 days total since you first got to High Helm.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So something like that. So like about 10 days since you got to the city initially. But luckily you guys got here 2 weeks early for this festival.
Yeah.
So you're still going to have 3 or 4 days back in the city before the festival happens. And you've got a little bit more treasure. Your 4th level. So you guys have an opportunity to kind of sell all those odds and ends that you guys found. You know, like you could get rid of those the bronze ingots and get rid of the teapots and get rid of the Kringar coins. All of the various things that you found. Yeah, shopping time, exactly. There's an opportunity there to buy things if you want to. The stuff in Pathfinder in 2nd edition is like kind of broken down by level, so you can kind of see things that would be useful for you.
Mm-hmm.
But in a lot of cases, like it's just nice to get like a +1 weapon if you don't have one, access to one, or buy potions of healing and things like that if you don't. We don't have to do that all on air right now, but I'm just telling you that like your characters would have the opportunity to do it now. So we could look at it between sessions too and talk about stuff that you might want to get.
Cool.
Nice.
But I think Krohan also pays you guys for bringing him back to the surface. You guys reached the city without too much trouble, and he's gonna thank you again for the quest, and he's gonna tell you guys to hang on to the gem. He's gonna take the dagger to someone and see if it can be if it's something that can be fixed. And he's like, but he encourages you guys to see if you could find a specialist or someone that can maybe free the soul from that gem.
Dope.
I'm thinking between Angoric and myself, we probably would at least have a start on where to free the soul from the gem.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Sorry, still reading.
Oh, it's all good. You guys are leveling up, and I'm trying to make sure that I've
Go back
covered
to this
everything.
page. So, stream, I think this is the skill feat I'm going to take. I just want to take a level 4 skill, because that seems the best. There's a skill called Cognitive Crossover, which is pretty cool. The trigger is you gain no information from a recall knowledge check, because you failed. And you can immediately reattempt the check with like a different skill. But I always gain information with that other thing that I have, so I can't. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. Man, class feat's tough though. Back here. When I go to it, I'm gonna go. Oh, not Angry GM. Where's that link? Brendan sent me. It's in Pathfinder. Thaumaturge Handbook.
Ooh, I can't. Aqueous Blast?
How many
Heightened to
actions does that
second
take?
level? Holy shit.
Takes one more action than you think, I think.
Hello.
Hello.
Hold on.
Gosh, have you ever been to the Bonavia's house? Where is it at?
No, that he asked me. He's like, "What's their address?"
I can mute the stream.
No, I
if you
think
just
I
wanna
have
read
it. I just
okay.
didn't want to say it out loud, so I'm gonna text
Yeah, I
it
was gonna
to
say
you.
I can mute it if you can't find
Shut up!
it.
You were on speaker, and I'm on the Discord, so you need to shut up. Shut up! I'm gonna put you back on speaker. Be quiet.
I'm gonna put you back on speaker. Be quiet. That's the
Okay,
important part.
I think I'm gonna do this paired link, and I'll just have to decide who I'm going to.
I had
do it
my
with.
stuff. I had my stuff before game. I've got up to level 5 ready to go.
I just texted it to you. Are all those sake bombs making it hard to drive? Should you have gotten an Uber? What else did you have, though?
Nothing.
You didn't have a beer, you only had a sake bomb. That's bold. Okay. He had no other alcoholic beverages, exclusively
Sake
a
buffs.
single sake bomb.
Well, it was a work event. I mean, what was he supposed to do?
Get schloss.
Alright, I just texted it to you. Do you need that?
We used to. I think I probably told you this, but they used to give out alcohol
they're
at the
lame.
foundation parties that we would
Mhm.
have. And man, I have some stories about some people who
But
couple too many.
Yeah.
Man, it was a good time.
And Guard's been useless. I want you to know we're about to vote him off the island.
Tell me we leveled up. Tell me we leveled up. Tell him you're just picking his level up, though.
Yeah, but he's still useless. You got 4 gold pieces and you're level 4 now. Yeah.
Did we have anything else to sell?
Bye.
What do you mean?
Like
I think-
did we bring up any items that specifically we were looking to sell? I don't have anything
Yeah.
in my
Wasn't
gear.
weren't there like herbs or something that we?
Or did you just give us the equivalent of cash for most things already?
I
assuming
think
that we
you've
come up
I
and
think you've
sell?
just been taking the
Okay.
gold
Okay, that
instead
makes
of
sense.
hanging on to specific things.
I
But
know.
you do get paid. Also, Krohan pays you all, so everybody gets another 3 gold apiece,
Oh, sick.
Nice.
18 total.
Okay, let me add that as a. That here. Add that as a note. 3 more gold per person from Rohan. Level up to 4. Okay. Does anyone have any suggestions on things we should be buying? Has anyone gone through the gear list and they're like, man, other people should know about this thing?
I haven't, but I would like to get a better bow. But I
Okay.
don't know if now's the time.
We're back in the city, so if you have the gold for it, it's definitely the time. I don't know what the next level of bow is, or how much money
That's
it
what
costs.
I'm worried
Yeah.
that it will be too expensive.
Yeah. I hear you on that. Yeah, the cheapest rune looks like it's like 30 gold pieces, so I'm not getting any runes.
You could. There are opportunities sometimes to pool gold together a little bit if you're really close to buying something that you want.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe not like, half of the way there, but like if you only need a couple of gold for something, like somebody
For
else
sure.
might be able to spot you something that you need. But
What kind of armor are people wearing? I just have hide on. Plus
Burlap.
I've
three-
got scale.
burlap scale. Okay. Let me-
Card's saying he doesn't have any armor.
Yeah, don't look up burlap.
Oh, burlap. Duh. Okay.
Come on, man.
Not thinking.
He's wearing a
Okay.
stack.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
no,
can
armor's usually
wear-
a good thing to upgrade if you've got money for it. Like you said, if you want better weapons or tools or something like that, you could probably afford it at this point. Here's your level 4 getting there.
The big thing to look at with
Also-
armor is one of the big things to look at is the dex cap, right?
Or speed.
Speed, actually, I think I'm good with speed. I'm a where is that? Unburdened iron. I've learned techniques first devised by ancestor, blah blah blah. Ignore the reduction to speed from any armor you wear. So I ignore all armor because of what kind of dwarf I am. Which is pretty cool.
Where are we able to see what armors we're proficient in and all that?
If you are on
Oh.
your defense tab, yeah, it should say it at the
Uh-huh.
top.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I guess that's my
So
problem.
I'm
is
good
I'm
in all of
untrained in
them.
heavy armor. Which I
Yeah.
don't know what that would mean though.
I don't know either, actually.
What's the
it's-
question?
What happens if
being
you're not
untrained?
Yeah, if
Gotcha.
you're not trained in it. Well, let's see. Okay, so if I go to defense, show additional armor. Let's just go to heavy. The cheapest heavy armor is
It looks like
half-plate.
proficiency is just a bonus. So like
Where does it have the costs for these things?
So if you click on the item, and you get all the description on the right, it should be the first one. It should say like it's got like price, bulk, yeah. That.
Okay, let me tell you right now. We've been playing because I'm playing like a D&D campaign, and then this
Yeah.
Pathfinder. The D&D is so expensive. It's like 50 gold pieces for me to upgrade my short bow,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like,
no, D&D, like Pathfinder First Edition was like a gold standard system. So like everything is like times 10 what you see in this book basically. Like a sword costs, or a piece of armor costs 150 gold pieces, and in this it will only cost 15.
I know, but I'm not getting any gold pieces in the game, so I'm just
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Yep.
Well, you always gotta have a rogue in the party.
Find more gold pieces. I will say that when you guys get back to the inn, there are a number of packages waiting for you all.
Really?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you guys have been helping out people around town, and so some of that has kind of borne fruit. You remember that very, very early on in our adventure, you helped a certain crustacean farmer,
Yeah, we did.
crustacean rancher,
Mm.
save his prize crustacean. We decided it was crustacean, right? Not mollusk. Crustaceous period. I think we
Yeah,
said
that's the name of the episode.
So you helped him out, and he promised that he was going to.
Oh, give me a suit.
He's going to weave together this elaborate suit. So
Yeah.
one of the things that you could do in the game is you could get like just nice clothes, and they're only like they give you an item bonus on checks that would benefit you from having nice clothes. So this is one of those circumstances. Let's see, I'm trying to find where my notes went here. So while Kroon is going to receive a very form-fitting, high-fashion outfit that's sort of crafted of like some kind of like moss and kelp, and like it's very like ocean themed, and it's got these like gems and pearls and things on clasps on it, and it's very like aquatic in nature. So I'm going to start posting some of this stuff.
I put on this half plate, and my AC went down by 4 because I'm not trained in it.
That's probably not great. I didn't think your proficiency bonus for just trained would be that high though.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, but
Is it capping your dexterity?
no, its dex cap is 1, and my dexterity is only a 1.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know either, and
But
it
does not seem
hard.
helpful.
It's not. Yeah, just not gonna think about it too much. Just not have it.
So in
Alright,
addition
yeah.
to this,
Sorry,
ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, you're fine. I'm just
Can I have like a composite longbow as long as I have the money for it? Are there any weapons that we cannot equip because they just don't like fit in the campaign? I guess is what I'm trying to confirm.
no, it should be fine. If you
Yeah, we already have guns.
Yeah,
That's
true.
fair. We do already have guns. You're right. I'm silly
Fuck
me.
yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, no, composite longbow makes a lot of sense for you.
Is that like the best? There's a
Sounds
gauntlet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wish there was like a ranged weapon category, but I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is some.
There's a heavy
things.
crossbow. That's only 4 gold pieces.
Yeah, crossbows require actions like reload them in combat. You can't shoot them
Versus
as
the regular bow doesn't.
Yeah.
There's a horn bow, a composite longbow. I'm trying to decide which is best.
Ooh, there's lots of bows.
I want the best one.
It makes it easy, right? Let's see. So
I
the one
know.
thing about the longbow is that it's made for longer range than your short bow. So you actually take a penalty if someone's within 30 feet on you. Like if they're too close, you like take a little bit of you take a -2 penalty at those attacks. But you can hit people all the way out to like 100 feet, 200 feet away. Like the short bow doesn't have that going for it. What else? You said there's a horn bow?
There's a longbow, a composite longbow, and a horn bow, and I'm trying to decide between those which. Well, I guess this range only 40 feet. Never mind. Okay, I answered my own question. I apologize.
There you go.
Let it happen again.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't think the.
I don't know what to spend my money on. Goodbye. Welcome back.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of that stuff we can kind of take care of after
Yeah,
the
that's fair.
fact.
Okay, yeah, I
will
will
post-
worry about what I need to buy later and just retroactively say I bought something if we run into the situation now. I'm locked back into the game now. Sarah's
So,
back.
so
Alright,
remember,
we're back in
remember
the what?
Tregellan.
What's the map of the city called again? Do we still have access to that? We don't. Can you you have that or something so I can put a map up? If it's a giant pain, don't worry about it. I can just put the character page up.
They
Okay.
should be there if you want to look for them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Sick.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So like I said, you've got this note from Tregellan basically that says, you know, it's like I always make good on my promises, and here's the outfit I promised you.
Oh yeah.
So you've got this outfit, and it comes with it like there's a few like detachable pieces. There is this kind of like very glossy scale that he claims is the scale off of a dragon turtle, which are like these massive turtles that are in the ocean and like
So
the
it gives
size
us
of
bending?
ships. Maybe.
Okay.
There is an item called a mesmerizing opal. It's like a gem that has some magic features, and then also like this vial of water that appears to be like transforming between like a liquid and gaseous state.
I'm gonna go with the opal. It's what my my clan dagger is kind of an opal-y
You get
type.
all of them. You don't.
Oh, I thought you were saying
They're all
pick one of these
they're
three.
all part of. No, they're all part of this outfit.
Okay. Oh, sick. Thought you were
Um,
saying pick one of the three. Got it.
Yeah, no. So he dropped off. Like I said, these are just packages and notes that are left with the innkeeper. She's just like, you know, normally, when people go on adventuring quests, I don't get a bunch of mail for them. But for some reason, all of you have received a number of items from the people you've been helping out throughout this week, and this is the only place they knew where to drop it off. So.
Well, they picked correctly, it would seem.
Yeah. So you got that stuff from Tregellan. Remember, he was the crab farmer. You helped out Elga Schwarhagen. She was the kind of like the Ifrit smith.
Yep.
And you guys were working on some pieces with her.
Yep.
One of those was a +1 striking crossbow that you were working on, and she said that you all did excellent work for her when you came out and helped. And this person did not show up or pay for this item, so she had no choice but to put it, either to log it back into inventory or to give it to someone who she thought might use it best. So she just wanted to pass the item forward and give you guys this item. So you got a +1 striking crossbow.
Cool.
Like that's
Very nice.
Lorna? Does Lorna want this?
The guest bed made.
Sure.
I would love it.
Yeah.
I hear Josh.
The guest bed is made for Josh.
I hear Angoric. Our savior has arrived.
And
I'll need help adding that to my inventory list to make sure I add the right thing later.
Yeah,
Makes
no problem.
sense.
I'm trying to post everything in here so that we can kind of have a list of everything this went on. You remember talking to a rather fun and goofy cloud dragon.
What is Australia?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a cloud dragon that you guys helped kind of like
Headphones connected before.
you
Now
talked through some pranks and
Entertain.
some jokes, and you entertained him for a while, and he appreciated it. And so you're not sure if it came from the library itself or something that he had on him, but there is a small wand engraved with images of clouds and buffeting winds along the sides.
Don't know
It's
anything
got
about
these-
wands. That's
and it's-
sick.
And it's a wand of buffeting winds. The spell.
Okay.
Hello. How's it going?
Hey, he's here,
Look at
Lorna.
that.
Look, it's your man's.
Hi, buddy.
I
Wow.
can't hear you.
She said,
Hey, man. Oh,
"Hi,
he's got the earphones in. Brennan can hear me.
Hi,
Hey,
buddy."
HOTTOGO, is that what you're doing, Austin?
HOTDOGO. Make me
Dab.
Is Tucker getting excited because he hears me?
No,
No.
he can't hear you. He can hear
Now
you.
we're all excited though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Nope.
Your healer.
That's terrible.
a lot going on there.
No.
It's just off key on purpose.
Headphones on for there. Are we back at the tavern?
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
We finished. Wrapped it up.
I hope someone took really good notes. I'll go join Sarah so that Brendan can DM.
Bye.
He didn't even blow me a kiss, the bastard.
Oh, he came back. He heard you. He felt
Did he
it.
hear me?
HOTDOGO.
Let's
Did
live
he
in
hear
the
me, Brendan?
let's live in the reality
he
where
just
he
guessed
couldn't.
that
That makes it more
correctly?
romantic.
No, I
Sarah's
want to
been
know.
educating me on Chapel Roan.
Chapelon's great.
I've been educated now.
You said you were
Okay,
gonna write all
yes,
this
you
down
can-
somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
I promise it'll work.
That's right. Yeah,
Maybe a headset, I mean,
I'm
just-
adding all this to the notes
Yeah.
here. But okay, and the last
Oh,
one
let me-
is
That whole ordeal
there
was
was
fun.
a,
If you can disconnect
blind
and get the to work,
priest
that'd be great.
that you guys tormented and did not help. No, there's a blind priest that you guys sort of helped clear his, some tasks that he was going at, and he sent a couple of holy items. He's got a vial of holy water, something called a moderate ghost charge that can be used to charge your weapons, I think, so you can fight ghosts with it. And then also something called a thurible of revelations. I believe it's like a thing that you can read from.
Can you hear
Um,
us?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you at least.
So
You
if
did-
go into
To
your
be fair,
stream
you did
on
say us
Discord-
and then only heard one person, so.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go and change your input and output device too.
Look at that. Josh just can't help but mansplain how technology works to all the women that are around him.
Okay, I can't hear Austin very well.
That's okay.
That's
I don't say much. Now, Wakrun, on the other hand, has been a real
Oh,
talkative
it's
fellow.
Sarah has you way turned down.
Yeah, so those headphones just make my ears bleed.
It's fair.
Oh,
I have
and
everyone-
Jones-
Austin has that effect on people.
Mostly girls, though, for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Something about
Yeah,
the
he's
power
still
in
working
my
on it.
voice.
It's many years into the workings, but
It's a slow process.
yeah. So that's those are all of the items that are just kind of like I'll post this now so you guys can see it. They're just kind of there for the group to discuss. I know like when we talked about it originally, the outfit was for Walkroon, but obviously
Well, it's fitted for me, right?
it is fitted for you. But you
Okay.
could also negotiate for some of those things if you wanted to. This is kind of the loot pool for the crew there, and there are some other personally addressed items. She says will be available for you in your rooms when you retire for the night.
Well, I grabbed my outfit and I walked to my room. I am gonna go take a sleep. I don't know why I'm staying the night here when I have my own bedroom, but apparently there's stuff in my hotel bedroom that I'm gonna stay tonight with. I'm gonna go try on my outfit though. Don't come knocking in unless you want to see something. Yeah, so I go to my room while I look up all of these things. High fashion fine outfit. High fashion fine clothing. Level 3 item? Yeah. I don't need to buy it, actually. I just need to give it. There we go. In fact, I couldn't buy it.
No, I think Brendan just wants to do something else, but it's not.
What do I want?
Your old laptop sucks, and Sarah hates it.
That's fair.
I'm figuring out how to make it work.
I just assumed that it would be better than the Fujitsu.
In some
But it
It's
regards,
a low bar to be better than the Fujitsu.
At this point, it is like a 9-year-old laptop, though, I think. And it hasn't been started in like 4. So.
It's like a diesel engine starting up.
Yeah, it was running a little slow earlier, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be better.
when I downloaded Nancy Drew.
I love that story. All right,
That's
I
true.
have given myself all of the things on the top row. I can talk about giving them to other people once I read what they all do, but they are all in my sheet now.
Yeah.
So these
Well, I think we should probably just call it there since Josh is here now. We don't want to make sure that we don't get anything done.
dang it.
No.
Is there anything in my room
Oh,
for
yeah.
me?
Are you wanting to find out what it is in front of everybody else? You want me to send it to you?
Oh, I will leave that. Actually, you said it to me, and then I'll decide if I say it out loud or not. Just like
Alright.
how it would go with Wakrun.
Yeah, I would say I would take my packages.
I'd rather
separately,
take my
so
whiskey.
whenever.
So
Holy wow.
Oh, I see what
I'd
you did there.
rather take my whiskey.
does it? I guess
I haven't bought anything yet.
does this high fashion clothing? I don't think it has any mechanical effect yet.
I don't know. Maybe if we go to a ball or something.
Yeah,
When I
We would
click on it, it
stand
doesn't
out.
have anything on it, so I think it's just expensive, which is
yeah,
fine.
it's just
like a
just an
just like
item to
battle
buy.
axe.
Cool.
It's like Geralt's clothing when he goes to Vizima to visit the Emperor, Austin. No functional benefit. It just looks fancy as fuck.
When you first said
Oh, yeah.
Geralt, I thought what your dog's clothing.
I also thought you were talking about Geralt or
I
Dom.
did
was
too.
like,
Yeah,
what?
it's not very often we bring up the one true Geralt.
It was really cool. You got to see the
Liam
emperor though.
Hemsworth?
Exactly. Yeah,
It
Liam
is the one
Hemsworth.
from Geralt.
Okay.
Is Geralt in there with you, Lorna?
What?
Is Geralt in there with you?
Of course he is.
Give him my love.
Hmm. He says
She
to
goes,
abandon us. Something. I will.
He goes, maybe not. That
Okay.
one.
So what I'm gathering is that we have returned back to our favorite abode and are going to sleep in each of our rooms has particular items for each of us.
Mm-hmm. And Brendan is
Yes.
sending them to you as a direct message.
I was gonna say would Angoric tell everyone what he receives, or is he gonna keep that to himself?
He'll share that with the group.
Okay, so Angoric has a letter written in a dainty hand, and it
you
says
cheeky
uh,
bastard.
it says
A girl. A lady friend.
Should have AI write
it
it?
says for the no, I'm making it up on the spot. For the stoic and steadfast man in my life, I gift you these. May they help guide your hands on the quest. And it is a pair of like these. It is a pair of gloves that look to be some kind of simple in form and fashion, but they are in fact an item called healer's gloves, and they enhance your ability to heal wounds.
Ooh, that's cool.
Touch her with.
That's
I'm gonna
sick.
put that in the Google Docs and then I'll add that to my inventory when I get home.
Yeah, no, I've got to try and.
I think he's gonna send us an individual message.
Yep, I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that you're behind your name. Just
Austin's trying to push you.
Look at that, adding notes like I'm the guy that takes the notes.
Our note guy.
I didn't write down. Yeah, I was gonna write down everyone got, but yeah, I am no longer the notes taker. Just fine.
No,
That
you can
works.
still take notes.
Yeah, you got it.
Nah, that's all. That's the only note I'm taking is because I'm Angoric.
Alright, bet. Okay, so
Maybe that's from Calhaldry, and like Angoric recognizes that.
Deception check.
Yeah, no, it's from Shahaldry.
Nice.
Okay, so I am reading through some of these things that I took, and some of them are probably more beneficial to you guys. but I still am gonna like say that I took them, and then I'm gonna go give them to you guys. I haven't read through all of them, so not everyone is going to get a gift. But I go and I knock on wherever Orpheus is staying. I knock on the door. It's an Irish knock. It's got an
I
Irish
say,
accent.
who goes there?
Hi, Orpheus. Ah, Tregellen. The things he gave me. Tregellen was the name of the farmer, right? I was right. One of the things that Tregellen gave me. It's got a little note card with it that explains what it does. I think this would actually be more beneficial to you, to be honest. Here, take this. And I give you a mesmerizing opal, which is a silver-bound opal pendant. And you can activate it as one action. And when you activate it, you attempt a deception check to feint. And if the outcome is a success, you get a critical success instead. If the outcome is a critical failure, you get a failure instead. So it just can help you if you decide to use the action to feint. So, but that's not something that Walker would ever really do. So I'm gonna pass that off to you. It's worth 7 gold pieces though. So, but it's just called Mesmerizing Opal.
Is it gear?
Yeah, add gear and then do the all, and then do the filter. And if you just type in Opal, it should pop up, I think. Yeah, it should be the only one there for Opal. It's a level 2 item.
Got it.
Cool.
How do I add it without paying for it?
Give. Should be an option instead of buy.
Got it.
Cool. Let me read this last one and see if I think I deserve it or if I should give it to someone else. I'm keeping the dragon scale one because that's cool. What? That's interesting. These are weird, Brendan. 2 of these are very water adjacent. It's like, are we about to do an ocean adventure? Are we taking it to the deep sea?
Exactly.
I'm gonna just hold on.
Or maybe
for
he's
now.
just a water guy. He's
I
got
mean,
a lot
to
of
be fair,
access
we
to water
I was
things.
gonna say we. He's the water gym trainer. I understand. Okay. All right. Does anybody else feel like sharing what they got as their secret item in their?
I got healer's gloves from Shellholiday.
You did. Oh, speaking of that, Josh. So I took, and we could talk about it because I need to talk about it with you and Elmat probably. I took a class feat called Paired Link. And long story short, I can basically give you a thing that makes it so any of your spells that you cast that have a range of touch, you can cast them on me at a range of 30 feet instead.
That's pretty sick.
So, like your lay on hands. You have lay on hands, right?
No,
You don't?
I have heal.
Is heal like 3 different ones? One of them's touch, though?
One of them's touch. 2 of them are touch, actually. No, one of them's touch. Yeah.
Is it
Elmat-
is it lay on hands still a thing?
Elmat has
Elmat
lay
has
on
lay on
hands.
hands. Okay. Well, I guess.
Yeah, I have lay on hands.
I guess without getting too meta about it, like what is the difference between heal? Like, is it just the amount? How much does heal as a basic touch spell do? Healing wise,
2d10s.
2d10, and what does lay on hands do?
Instantly gives 12 hit points.
Oh,
Thanks,
interesting.
Alexa. Stop.
Do those scale? Do they both scale with your? Or I guess I don't know how spells work.
Mine increased at level 2, I think. I don't know if it goes any higher. It did not heighten when I went to 3 or 4.
Okay. I guess
Mine
normally during
apparently-
combat it's Angoric doing the healing anyway, so it might make sense to try to do that with you. I'll work it out in character when the time comes. If it's like a thing I have to do during like the morning preparations or whatever, to like get it just once. You just have to do it once during a morning preparation to get it set up. And I can actually every day I could switch it to a different person that it works with. But okay. Cool.
It's smart to have it for the healers.
Yeah,
Those-
yeah. Well,
Good
and I
plan.
can cast things back. I can, or any thaumaturge abilities that I have that have a range of touch, which I don't have any right now. But like if I get a new implement, I will. So like, it's not useful this level, but it might be more useful next level, basically.
Yeah.
But it's useful for me, for them healing me, essentially. Which we all know that Austin's characters need to be healed. So
That's true. You did almost die in the first combat.
it's true. That's
And
just
you
the
almost
thaumaturge
died in the
way.
first combat in Starfinder.
I like to set a good standard, a
Yep.
precedent.
Start the
I call
bar low. That way it
Exactly.
can only go up.
Makes for good drama. Yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Does anybody
everybody
else
should-
read through the other items? I guess we don't have
I was
to do
gonna
that
say.
now, but
No. So everybody else should have a direct message from me containing what they received and how they received it.
I didn't see how I received it necessarily, but I am happy to share what mine is.
Okay.
Hmm.
It was key making tools from a mysterious benefactor.
ooh, okay. The League of Shadows has approached you. That's sick.
The Dark Brotherhood has approached Wong. You have taken an innocent life.
That's Orpheus. Oh, unless you're talking about Huang. Never mind. I'm sorry.
You can speak with.
That's cool.
Wong wants to share hers, Brendan.
Okay. So Huang received something called a shape speak mask.
Brendan. Wong wants to share hers.
Okay.
Then let Huang do it.
I can't hear her if she's talking, so
Handsome GM, may I speak?
yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Wong received a shape speak mask, which is carved into the shape of an animal, usually tailored to a species of beast that the user favors. While wearing this mask, you can speak when polymorphed into an animal. So I can just when I'm in animal mode, I can talk.
For one specific kind of animal? Or does the mask just look like a specific animal, but
The
it works
mask
for...
just looks like a specific type of animal.
What does that mask look like, Sarah?
Like the plague. You know
What?
that bird, the plague?
Ooh, plague mask.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't think that it looks like the plague. I don't think that's an animal.
Like a crow mask. Okay, that makes sense.
Got it. Terrifying. We'll have to update the character art.
Yeah, I'll have to update the character art.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything they want to share?
Wong's just so colorful.
I will not be sharing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep mine. I mean, it's not like it's super secretive, but I think I'm gonna keep it.
All
Keep my
right.
secrets. Allow it to come out in a cool moment later, maybe.
Kaoru might actually speak up about his.
Okay.
Kaoru found, or it says, I received it.
Mm-hmm.
So is this maybe a courier that came by, or like a
Yeah, so
kid
all
just
of-
like put it
all
in
of
my
you-
hand?
Well, all of you had like an item left for you wherever you were staying here at the inn.
Okay.
Like there was just a package dropped off for each of you. Yours was perhaps one of the more interesting ones.
Yes. Okay. So Kaoru speaks up. He goes through each of your respected domiciles and speaks into your mind and tells you to meet back up at the tavern. Where we all, are we already there?
Yeah, I think
We're all in
kind
our
of
separate rooms in the
gathered.
tavern, I think.
Yeah, I think basically like she had given you rooms if you wanted to stay at the tavern. So
Okay, well, that's sweet. Then, yeah, maybe like one morning when we're all together, Kaoru will show everyone this note because it disappeared, but it said, "I have what you lost." Now, I've opened up about this a bit, and I really don't like talking about it or really pushing it on any of you. But I am looking for my son. He was taken from me when my wife was murdered. And I know he's out there. I know these people have him. He's far too important to be just lost to the world. But whoever gave me this bit of parchment, they know where he is.
Are you like
And-
telling this to like all of us?
Oh my
like
god.
the next day that we
It's
that we
a
like
lie.
meet, you're like telling us this
Yeah, this is like
the next morning or whatever.
breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Y'all have your mouths full of fucking eggs and potatoes, and I'm just telling you about
fuck,
my
that sounds so
kidnapped child.
Forage.
good.
Porridge.
Haru, I had no idea. I mean, I don't think that we have anything to do today. You have my spear, my bags of stuff. Let's go. Let's go meet with whoever sent this. Let's find them. Let's track them down.
See, now that's the thing. It seems as if this bit of parchment can be written upon. I might be able to write back.
It can be
Oh.
written upon parchment, really.
It can be.
Hey, they left me a
Some
PO
sort
box.
Yes,
All
it
right.
has a return address.
Well, if you want any of our help figuring out what to say or where to go, all you have to do is
Yeah.
ask. Put it together now.
Elnat will walk up and he'll say, or he'll look at him and say, "By my holy oath, I will help you with this."
Right, yeah, what he said.
My brother. You and I,
Haru
we
now walks up to you with a piece of parchment as well, trying to like create like wanted posters, but it's just a bunch of scribbles.
Sokka's drawings. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly that. Yeah.
did a little drawing of a monkey.
Yeah.
It's a, it's a, it's
Very
a stick
nice.
drawing of a small monkey next to a bigger monkey. It's like the small one is circled.
Exactly. Monkey.
But I simply need to know where and when I might be able to meet, I suppose. I don't want to go rushing in into anything we're not ready for.
Hey, it makes sense to me.
But my guess is we are going to be going back into the lands of the dark.
You think we're gonna have to go back?
Back into the depths.
I figured
Once
we were leaving
more.
this bloody mountain as soon as this party was over. Get me out of here. Just kidding.
I'm afraid
Beneath the Five Kings is actually about the lost
Being
sea.
in an airship.
That's right.
Oh, cool. They have those.
But he was like kidnapped by Droger or whatever they're called in
Mhm.
Pathfinder.
Yeah. The dark dwarves that live in the we decided the Darklands are called Hringar in the remaster.
Cool.
And that you found coins. You found coins from one of their cities as part of the loot that you guys just
Yeah, I
sold
made a
off.
note of that.
Okay.
Hey.
Very cool.
I'm gonna say Karu keeps one of those coins.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's currency. I would also let you guys. I mean, like there was some of that treasure and stuff you could roll checks on potentially if there was anything that you guys wanted to try and learn more about before you got rid of it.
Like the stuff that you have written out here for everyone.
No, like the stuff that was just like loot. You guys got rid of. The stuff that you guys just picked up. In the Zolgath cavern, like there was
Like the
I
piece of
said,
pottery?
some coins minted in the Hringar in a Hringar city. There was a teapot.
Okay, so I
marble
thought
statuette.
when you said it all totaled a certain value, that it basically meant that there was just treasure with no story and that we got money for it. There was nothing to roll on it.
It is treasure, yes, but that doesn't mean that you can't try and get more information off of it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would think maybe the coins. I'd say that before we try to sell those off or anything, Walkroon might take a closer look at them. I do esoteric as normal with a plus. In this case, it'd be a +9 because it's not creature curse or haunt.
You've seen coins similar to this. A lot of you probably have. These are, like I said, Hringar coins. They are minted in the capital city of Hagagraf.
Okay.
But they look like age-wise, are they like new enough that they're still being like actively used, or it's like really old, like funny?
Yeah, like they're not antiques by any means. They're modern coins.
It's like modern coins, just from a different area. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy. I mean, we never really talk about it a lot, but there's a ton of kingdoms and like like different nations and stuff in Galarian, and like as much as they all use gold and silver and copper as like a means of conveying currency, like there are elven coins from Kyonin, and there are like dwarven coins that are minted in like the forges. That like it's basically like if there were multiple banks like all over like different countries and stuff, but they all use the same material. So like they might be shaped different, they might be pressed different, they might be but like for the most part, it's just based on the weight and then like the number of the coins that you have.
Okay.
So it's like these are still good. They're still counted as currency, but someone might spit on the ground for a second, or say curses to them or whatever before they take them as currency.
Before they take the money anyway.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of geopolitical economics within Pathfinder.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit.
There's not standardized, international currency that people utilize, is what you're saying. Yeah. It's like the real world where, we're using the US dollar and Europe's using the euro and, China's the yen and whatnot.
Makes sense.
Yep.
If we have one,
If no one else is interested in rolling on the piece of pottery, I can roll on that too at a +9 as well.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, it would it would probably be interesting, but it's not really my thing. It would
Yeah.
I would
I
see
guess
it be more your thing.
Yeah, it would be Walkroon's thing. Just seeing
Yeah.
if it, at the very least, if it has any sort of esoteric potential.
Oh yeah.
He holds on to those sorts of things if they do.
Is that one that I roll for you?
Yeah, I mean, I assume recall knowledge at a +9 again. It is
Yeah.
like your camera level is so perfect that when you're talking, I just can't see your mouth moving. It's just
That's right.
you're like explaining
better?
everything like this.
Uh-huh.
I got the geopolitical judgment.
Exactly. Yeah. So most of you guys would recognize the bird of Shaylin on the front of it. Shaylin is the goddess of like art and culture. Like she's very much yeah, exactly. Looks like your shirt. So Shaylin's a pretty common goddess that people worship. But you can't fail on these, right? You've got an ability.
I can tell
you
you.
can't fail.
Yeah, if I do fail, I'd get a piece of true information and a piece of false information.
Okay. So you know that this is a piece of pottery dedicated to Shaylin, but also that it is incredibly powerful and a magical artifact.
I imagine because or not Angoric, Elnat's usually the one that carries everything. Elnat's meant to sound like, "Aye, Elnat, are you able to? I'm not fully convinced that that's not an extremely powerful artifact. I don't know if we should be giving it away." Do you have any sort of detect magic or anything, Schmitty?
I do not know.
I do.
We're all okay. Karu is here then too in this imaginary situation. Hi, Karu. This is all imaginary. Karu, are you getting any sort of magical, pulse from this or anything? I swear, the markings here and this bird. It's this might be. I'm talking god level ability here. Are you getting anything from it?
Oh, no, let me check. Blue, 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 blue. No?
It radiates no magical power.
Okay. Nope.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Are you sure?
Let me do it again. Did I do it wrong the first time?
No.
Okay.
You did
Yeah,
it
no,
correctly.
dude. Sorry.
Huh.
But if you want to, Austin, for the sake of realism, you can give me 5 gold pieces to keep this
Jesus.
this
fuck.
pottery in your inventory.
I think
That might be enough for you to let it go. It's 5 gold pieces. That's quite a bit.
Hell. Let's take it to a pawn shop. I'll do some more research on it, and if we need it back, I can come get it back later. They have pawn
There you
shops here, right?
Yeah.
I really thought about doing it.
What are you gonna set for collateral?
There's a dwarf running the pawn shop. He says, "Hey, welcome to Patrick's Pawn.
Hi,
What can I pawn
Patrick!
for you."
Hi!
Yeah.
Are you able to... Well, here's the thing. I'm not convinced that this isn't a great and powerful artifact, but based on everyone that I know that can detect any sort of magic, it doesn't seem like it's worth very much. Is this something that you can hold on to me here for? I'm just gonna do some research on it. I've taken some sketches of it. I'm gonna go run it through the library here,
The
check with
database.
Clan Runebinder and see if how they feel. And I took a picture of it and asked Chat GPT what they think it is, and I'm just gonna I'll probably come back and you could keep it, but I can't really process how pawn shops work right now. But in this scenario, I want the money, but I'm not gonna come back for it. Is that something you think you could do for me?
Well, buddy, it's quite a convincing argument. You walk up to me and tell you don't know if it's worth money, but it might be incredibly powerful.
At the very least, it's worth 5 gold pieces. But the
And you're gonna
question is,
pawn
it
but
might be
you're gonna
worth
come back for it.
5,000 gold pieces. I'm just not quite sure.
5,000 gold pieces. You see,
Yeah.
that's worth 5,000 gold pieces. I'll close my shop right now and take it off your hands.
Will you take a look at it for me? Are you able to? You have any sort of
Well,
magical background?
Yeah. Of course, it's my whole job. I gotta look at these things and say what they're worth.
Sure.
I
You're
think
just
I'd probably
appraising.
give you 1 silver piece for this.
Oh,
nice piece of
really? No
pottery.
shit. Well, I know for at least a fact it's worth 5. So, fuck you, good sir. I'm taking my business elsewhere. And I go give it to the normal
Alrighty.
person and sell it for 5.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Good. But yeah, so I think what we'll probably do is we will handle the rest of our purchasing and sale of goods off air. Make sure everybody's got character sheets updated and be good to go for next week. Anything that you guys want to accomplish over the next 4 days, like before this festival happens, we will kind of like if nothing, if you don't want to do anything, or if there's not a lot going on, we can always fast forwards right to the festival. But yeah,
I want Josh to go on. Well, no. I want Angoric to go on another date.
Hey, let's go back to the
we
waterfall,
could-
all of us.
I was
Okay.
about to say the same thing. I think I would like to reconvene with my
I want to try jumping off
all
of it again.
who left me this most wonderful gift of a pair of gloves.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good place for us to start next week. So
I'm going to go there and try to climb down the waterfall again.
okay, I guess it's worth talking about really quickly. Do we think we're gonna start Starfinder next week? Is that
Uh-oh.
the plan?
I think that's the plan.
All right.
Thank you,
All
Sarah.
right.
There's a lot of soundboard sounds going off there all at once, but it sounds like we might be playing a different game next week, but we will
Well,
be.
stream will be back here next week either way,
That's right.
but who's here might change. It has nothing to do with who won't be here. It would just be,
Okay.
but if we have to start next week, otherwise we have to start 2 weeks from now because we're trying to adhere to another people's schedule. So
Same bat time, same bat channel.
That actually, like, there was a conflict in our other D&D group.
so they've
Our
off for a
D&D
week now.
group. No. Somebody's schedule, like, it was funny. We had that conversation, and then the next time we played with them, they were like, by the way, one person in the group's schedule is completely different. Like, they just started a new project, so we can only do, like, weekends for the next 2 months.
Oh,
So,
sick.
Don't let this, and then so basically, don't let the flip flopping dictate it.
Okay.
We can do
We
whatever.
might be
and
back
then-
with Pathfinder next week. It might be Starfinder. We'll be back either way.
That's
Yeah.
Next week. So
But thank
All
you
right.
all for watching. That's the important thing.
next stream. Hope you liked watching us level up. Till next time.
All right.
Bye bye.